Good evening, and thank you very much, Paul, for that introduction. The sky this month, unless you have been living under a rock, you are missing out on one of the best things anyone can happen to hope for. Unfortunately, January did not provide a great opportunity because, quite simply, it is in the top 5 instances of most cloud cover for any month since we've been recording basically our weather. So here you go. If you get the opportunity, you do want to go out and have a look at the comet that's in the night sky. See 2022 E3 ZTF putting on quite a display. First time apparently in 50,000 years that this comet is doing the loop. And based on this chart, you can see here that the comet is going to be doing a great job. Here we are, February the 1st, and I would say to you, you really want to, if you get a clear sky, go out with a pair of binoculars. It's relatively easy to find. So you do want to go out there, and it is now past its closest approach to the sun. So it will now start, and closest to the Earth rather, and it will now start to slowly but surely as it continues its journey, it will ultimately fade and finally disappear. And as you can see here, it is going to make a pass right here at Betelgeuse. So perfect opportunity. If you have a camera, can get out there. I highly recommend it. One of the most important things about it, of course, is being able to find it. And here is the chart for tonight, Wednesday, February the 1st. 3:20 universal time from 40 degrees north, and roughly where we are 4 days before full moon. Yeah, great. So here we have a great opportunity to observe, and full moon coming up to ruin some of the observing. It seems that that is quite normal for us. So I would say to you, still get out there, pair of binoculars, camera, it's great. One of the other things is, this is where it is in the night sky tonight. So this is right from Stellarium. This was at 1900 hours, so just a bit before we started here. This would have been what you would have seen if you had gone out, if the skies are clear from your location. Now, this is not the only comet, but the other one, which is putting on a great display, we don't get to see. And that is this wonderful beast, Comet P96 Machholz. It will get within 0.12 astronomical units from the sun on February the 7th. It is within 3 degrees of the sun, and it's not visible by us here in the north. But this is from, one of the great shots that you can get if you go online. This is from Space Weather. Perfect. They put it up there for you. And you can see it tracking in from the side here. I will be following this online and virtually, and I hope you will as well. So what is actually going on in the night sky tonight? Well, or in astronomy for us, the days are getting longer. Today, sunrise was 0732, sunset 1720. By the end of the month, sunrise is 0654 and sunset at 1803, which means shortly thereafter we have the proverbial time change, and it screws everybody's observing up. If there's one thing I detest, is that move to daylight savings time. As an astronomer, I would prefer to stay on standard time, but you can see when civil, nautical, and astronomical twilight ends, and so you can plan accordingly if you get clear skies during the month of February. The moon phases. Of course, as I said, we're right before full moon, February the 5th. This is known as the snow moon, and this comes from the indigenous cultures as well as colonial and European sources. Basically, the snow moon is known as this because it indicates the heaviest snowfalls of the winter. So most of the snow is going to be out there on February the 13th, of course, last quarter. New moon is going to hit the 20th, and we start the new cycle shortly thereafter on February 27th, first quarter. So start to plan your observing accordingly. Now, for the next 14 days, basically, you have a perfect opportunity to go and see zodiacal light. This will happen from February 17th to the 21st. It will be visible in the west after evening twilight. You can get to a fairly dark location. This is what you would normally see. That zodiacal light just streaming up into the night sky from the horizon, basically where the sun has set. So you want to go and have a chance. This is a great opportunity for you. Next couple of weeks, you'll have the opportunity to really observe this. It can be quite unusual for a lot of people. They catch this and they don't know what it is. And so they just begin to question what's going on, but you're not being surprised. Mercury is best for the southern hemisphere this month. From February the 1st, it's basically 25 degrees away from the sun, and on the 28th, that will shrink to a mere 14 degrees. You will have the opportunity of seeing the crescent moon pass within 4 degrees south of Mercury on February the 14th. So if you are, one of those individuals that has never seen Mercury, perfect opportunity for you. Go out, take a shot at it. One of the key things here is Venus is now rising in the evening sky, but there is a good opportunity to watch for a close conjunction with Neptune on February the 15th if the skies are going to be perfect for you. Here's the challenge. It's going to be a 12 magnitude difference between Venus and Neptune in brightness, and they're only 0.01 degree apart in the night sky. And there will be a second conjunction with 2 degrees from the waxing moon, but it'll be best seen in the Western Hemisphere. So it's going to be a challenge for us here, but you never know. You might get lucky. I doubt it, though. And this is what you're going to see in the night sky if you go out tonight. If the skies are clear, Venus was right down at the horizon, and Jupiter is just above it. Perfect opportunity to go out, have some observing. Pair of binoculars are great. Perfect time to do some just enjoying what is up there. I will say to you on the 15th at 18:30 hours, as you can see, I did that for Toronto's location, and you can see where Venus is located as it's now getting closer to Jupiter. The two will get significantly closer. Mars is well placed for observers in Toronto. It's amongst the stars of Taurus. It is now starting to move away from us in its orbit. So the two planets are now in their orbits passing each other. The magnitude is going to drop below 0.0. It's actually quite bright and it's easy to see, but you can do a great comparison if you want to figure out how to gauge the brightness of a star. You've got the two red giants, and you can also compare their color, Aldebaran and Betelgeuse and Mars, in the same relative vicinity in the night sky. This will give you an opportunity to gauge how bright objects are. So it's a perfect time for you if you don't know how to really assess the brightness of an object. Take a look in your star map. How bright is Aldebaran? How bright is Betelgeuse? And compare them to Mars, which is going to stay fairly close to that 0 magnitude. It's going to be a bit below that, but that'll help you. And here is how it will look. So you can see here that there is Aldebaran, Mars is above it, and then Betelgeuse down on the side here. So that will help you. Of course, you will also have the moon starting to interfere there, but this is life. You just have to deal with it, unfortunately. Jupiter moves from Pisces into Cetus early in the month, and then it returns. So there's going to be some retrograde there. But what I really recommend is get ready for February the 22nd, because you will have the crescent moon, Jupiter, and Venus in the same part of the sky. And it's going to be a great opportunity for you to be able to take a picture. Cell phone camera, if you have an iPhone, perfect opportunity. This is approximately what you will see. So on the 22nd, 18:30 hours, perfect. So just 6:30 in the evening. If you have a clear sky, go out, and this is the triangle you will see. So you should get that in the field of view. It will be in the west, of course. Saturn, of course, is too close to the sun, so let's just move on. Let's go to the next slide. The planet Uranus is really well placed. You will be able to find it because if you take a look, you can see here at 19:30 hours, there's the Pleiades. So you can actually go down and find it, Uranus, with a pair of binoculars. And that would be something that would be worth, if you've never seen it before, in a small telescope or binoculars, perfect opportunity. It's in a part of the sky that it will be easier to find. It will show a disk through a telescope. So that is one of the things that you do want to try. Of course, Neptune is now fading into bright twilight as it heads into its solar conjunction on March the 16th. But it's that close conjunction with Neptune and Venus that you really want to look for. So this is what it's going to look like. So it's going to be a real challenge at that meetup. It's 0.01 degrees apart, as I said, and you can see just how faint. There's just this tiniest dot in here that is going to be Neptune in that. But if you are lucky, you can get an opportunity to view two of them close together. The minor planets, you actually will have a chance to see Ceres and Pallas. Both of them are going to appear stationary, even though they are actually in their orbits and moving. It's just the dynamics of our orbital mechanics and how the Earth is placed with respect to the two minor planets. So both of them are here in the star maps, you can see. And that will allow you to find them. If anyone wants, you can just go into Stellarium, do a quick search. It will show you where it is, easy enough to find. So I would recommend that as an opportunity. It will show up in a telescope, much more challenging in a pair of binoculars. So of the deep sky objects, of course, everyone should take a chance to look at the Pleiades. This is with 10 by 50 binoculars. So this is the approximate view that you would get. It looks like this incredible sprinkle of diamonds, especially from a dark sky site. Looking through a well-collimated pair of binoculars, 10 by 50s, this is what you would see. And that will show you like tiny jewels. If you have something larger than that, you'll be able to see up to 300 stars. 10 by 50 binoculars should let you see in this open cluster somewhere on the order of between 50 and 60 stars from this open cluster. So take the opportunity to go out and look at that. And I've picked one more of the clusters that I love to look at in winter, especially since I detest the cold, but I do like to go out with my binoculars. And that is the Beehive, M44. And in a pair of 10 by 50 binoculars, you should be able to resolve up to 20 or so. But here's a great opportunity for you because in that size of binoculars, you should be able to resolve 2 double stars. And that is a perfect opportunity. If you are someone that is interested in double stars, here's where you can start. Just needs a pair of binoculars, go out, look, and then you can be working towards your, whatever certificate you may be working on. And I recommend this being one of the things that you do is start looking at double stars. They are really amazing. And that's what it will look like through a pair of 50 millimeter binoculars. So that's a decent size for you to see the beehive cluster. Of course, there's also a whole whack of scheduled launches, and this is one that I'm looking forward to. May happen by the end of this month, and that will be the maiden flight of the 2-stage Starship launching from Texas. And if it does in fact launch, the booster will separate 170 seconds into its flight and return to a land approximately 32 kilometers off the shore in the Gulf of Mexico. The second stage will achieve orbit and then, of course, performed a powered splashdown approximately 100 kilometers off the northwest coast of Kauai. But they still have some final steps to get and approvals. So I am hoping that this will go. I want to see this rocket launch. And if they will let me know date and time, I'll be there. February is going to be busy for rocket launches. So there's going to be a number of them. And you can see here, SpaceX is, which I hate them for this because more satellite pollution for when you're doing astrophotography, but they are going to be launching within a very short period of time, February the 1st, tonight, 03:02 a.m. And the window is from 03:02 a.m. to 7:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, launching from Canaveral or the Kennedy Space Center. And then there's also on February the 5th, on Sunday, from the Baikonur Cosmodrome, you'll be able to watch the Proton M Block DM3. So that is an opportunity there for you. And of course, the Progress supply mission that is supposed to go up to the ISS from Roscosmos. This should be a launch that will also bring back 3 astronauts because they haven't been able to do it with the Soyuz capsule that is at the ISS because it was punctured by a meteorite. And so there was a coolant leak. This has been a problem. So the 3 astronauts that were supposed to come back stuck there, and it could be as much as an extra 6 months before they actually return. And then the Indian Space Research Organization on February the 9th as well, launching. And that will be a micro satellite demonstration launch. So that will be something to keep an eye on. We also have the maiden flight of the Mitsubishi Heavy Industries ELOS, this particular rocket, and that's supposed to go up February the 12th. Then on the 19th, another Soyuz is launching. So I cannot remember which one it will be that will actually bring the astronauts back, but one of those 2 will. We then have another attempt by the Peregrine Lunar Lander, Kuipersat 1 and 2, and it'll be a maiden flight. That is supposed to launch from Canaveral, but there are no guarantees of the date and time. This could change. ULA is still working on things, but it's estimated to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 24th. And then the Crew 6 from SpaceX is scheduled for February the 26th. That one is now confirmed that it will go, plus or minus, depending on weather conditions. We also have Good Luck, Have Fun. I thought this was great. It's from Relativity Space. It's due to boost off on February the 27th. Again, date and time is to be determined, but this is the estimate, as well as the Firefly Alpha from Firefly Aerospace and that's their Flight 3. That's supposed to go from Vandenberg. So we'll see if that one happens. Again, this one is not guaranteed. If you actually go to the website that says, hey, we're going to have lots of launches, February the 28th has something like 12 or 14 saying that they're flying February the 28th, and a lot of them are SpaceX. So they just haven't assigned slots, dates, or times to those. So I've basically left those mostly off. And just to show you, there will be a long march going from China on the 27th. That one is still also waiting for date and time, as is the Aditya, which is another one from India. And as you can see here, everything now shows February the 27th. Starlink, and on final slide, a new star joined the firmament tonight, and may Terry Dickinson basically enjoy his new journey. That, ladies and gentlemen, is my presentation.